Okay, so before we move on, I feel like we need to do a bit of a recap here. So currently, we are in the magical Cardigan's Temple, which is putting us to the test in these life simulations. Although I believe these so-called simulations are actually events of the past. But apparently, Karen hasn't quite connected the dots yet. Speaking of whom, Karen and Drake are apparently responsible for Lady Bitari going insane, so that's a thing. Anyway, in the current simulation, we just found out King Melore wants to attack the peninsula, so we're going to find a way to stop him. Let us resume. This seems like a decent enough spot to stay for the night. I suppose you're right. Very well, let's set up camp. Might be a good idea for one of us to get something to eat. Apparently, at this point, Undole is no longer the sheep. Which means, in this scene, Karen and Az might be the soldiers up there. I'm betting Az is the one on the left. Looking to the left. I've been seeing some of Salvatore's lilies around. Ground up, they make a pretty decent meal of some kind. Just don't eat the white ones. They will knock you out something fierce. Better than nothing, I suppose. That would be my job. Called it. Also called it. I've been trying to figure out what you're meant to do here, but I haven't come up with anything yet. This is why figuring out the connection in the previous simulation is so important. The second one is meant to base its challenges around the theme of the first. But I'm not faulting you. I shouldn't have rushed into this one without at least heavily considering what it was we witnessed. For now, I suggest just doing what you've been doing, speaking with the others and collecting intelligence. OBKB. Are you volunteering to get the flowers? You just have to grind them up a bit with a rock or something. I'll go ahead and write this down just in case. Get flowers, not white ones. Grind with rocks. Tell me about Archie. A bit personal, wouldn't you say? He's my comrade. We can trust him. Alright. Where are we going? Shouldn't you know? Doesn't put me at ease that our only connection to the inside doesn't have a clue. In all seriousness, though, we should be on course to the city. We just need to keep a low profile as we do. King's army will be patrolling the desert the further we go in. Yeah, we're definitely reliving a part of history. Hello again. Tell me about Ben. He's a friend. Where are we? Forest north of the lake. I used to spend a lot of time up here as a kid. Ben and I would... maybe I shouldn't. You know, a while back, we encountered a lake area with a boat and nothing else. I wonder if that's related to this. Okay, grind some lilies. Avoid the white ones, though. Is that a white one? That's a white one. We'll just ignore it. Where's another one? There's another. I knew there had to be up more of them somewhere. Gotta say, I'm not really one for the idea of eating flowers. Well, I mean, Az would certainly be okay with that. Me, though? I want pizza. Okay, I guess that's all of them I could find. Nope, I guess that's not all of them I could find. There's one hidden somewhere and I haven't noticed. I keep seeing this spot, but can't really do anything with it in case you're wondering. Out of curiosity... Nope, I'm not allowed to use my grappling hook here. Okay, seriously, where is the last of these mysterious red flowers? Unless I'm actually done. Maybe I'll put them on the fire? No? Am I actually required to use the white one? It's the only one that's left. But I don't see any others. Well, before I do that, you can bet I'm gonna save. Yeah, that was required, all right. I was supposed to grab that one. How's this going to end? Let's see if this goes as nicely as Undal thinks. I have to admit, this doesn't look very appetizing. Nonsense. Just pour it into your mouth. Watch. See? Perfectly... Idiot. He sighs. I guess this means we're not eating flowers. There's a river down there. I'm going to see if I can't catch a couple fish. This game can be pretty funny when it wants to. Suppose I can set up the bedrolls. Still nothing. Still nothing. Still nothing. Let's go ahead and... maybe we'll have a fishing minigame. Probably not. Probably should have brought a fishing rod. And those are probably just going to say the same things as before, so... you can take this bed if you want. Should I be looking for a fish? Maybe the options do have something new. Oh, yeah, indeed. We've known each other since we were brats. Grew up in our tiny village, back when there were barely any people around. When we came of age, we both applied to join the king's army. I was accepted pretty quickly. Archie, on the other hand, he was seen as a liability due to his prosthetic arm. I guess the military didn't want someone who could fall apart at any minute. For the record, we already knew about the prosthetic arm. That's why I didn't react to it. It's affected him ever since. That's why here today, I know I am doing this all for him. He's had my back for longer than I can remember. I know I will have his going forward. Anyway, you should get some rest. I doubt I'll be able to catch anything with my bare hands. Tell me about Ben. Well, he isn't in earshot, so I suppose it wouldn't hurt. He's been my friend ever since my mother died. More than anything, he's just been there, you know? I've never really told him that before, and I know we're all in this to save those sick people, but I think deep down I'm just trying to gain his approval. We made a promise years ago. I intend to keep it. You know, that occurs to me that the peninsula seemed very much separate from the Kingdom of Ring. Now I'm beginning to understand why. Well, we got our information. It seems the two were close. I have a premonition about what your final decision is going to be. Not liking this waiting. He'll show. Given his position, it would make sense that it's taking a while. Apologies for my tardiness. It's a bit of a shame that he's not the sheep. That would have been funny. Walks in the door, looking all important. Bah! It's of no consequence, my prince. Prince? As in the crown prince? Son of King Mallory III? You're our inside guy? That is correct. I am the one who has been setting all of this up. I don't understand. Who is your contact, then? I didn't know there was a princess. There isn't. She is to be my wife. Well, that's going to be a very interesting experience for Perrin, I tell you what. Now then, if we are ready, I would like to discuss the reason we are here. That your father intends on attacking the peninsula? Quite so. I still don't understand this, though. What is there to attack? They are not hostile. They are in need of our help. Not according to our informants, unfortunately. My father was persuaded into believing that a force of a grand number is gathering for an invasion of the mainland. Lobbyists? The answer is also unfortunate. These informants are reliable. My understanding is that the people of the peninsula believe we are planning on being hostile ourselves. Well, they're not wrong. So it's a self-perpetuating cycle. Kind of like Ring and Uratia, actually, now that I think about it. I'm afraid so. What do you suggest? The king is sadly stuck in his own ways. He will not listen to any of my arguments that the people only require medical attention, not hostility. I've exhausted all options. Wait. Prince, you're not suggesting... I'm sorry. I called both of you... both in here... I called both you... That's what I expected to say. The words are in a different order than I expect. I called you both in here for a reason, and this is it. We cannot allow my father to lead our people into our annihilation. We will have to kill King Milori III. This is wrong. We're not murderers. Ben, tell them we can't... Archie. If the prince is put into power, he can... This is insane! We're talking about treason! And if we do nothing, hundreds, if not thousands, of people will die. Letting the prince take the crown is the only way we can assure a complete peace with the peninsula. When this is over, we can fulfill our life's goal and help to heal the people. With a corpse under us. That's not all. I'm afraid that we will still have a battle on our hands. Regardless of who is in power, the fear of the king's attack is guaranteed to push them to attack us. We will need to mount a defense. It just occurred to me that we are having names. For the most part, Prince's side, we're having names. It is so much easier to keep track of who's talking with names, as opposed to just portraits. I don't get used to it, though. We only have these names because in this simulation we don't have portraits. I will lead it. You can't be serious. First you're agreeing to kill the king, and now you're going to help kill all of those people. Trust me, Archie. He sighs. I always have. Very good, then. I will ensure that the halls and corridors are kept clear, that both of you will find no resistance. I thank you on behalf of the people of Pleas for your service. Of course. Prince Daphnis. Dun dun dun! So, we're not too far in the past. Wait. Wait, what? Prince Daphnis? Pleas? This is impossible. The simulations aren't supposed to be... And if this is Daphnis, then who's... Oh, we don't have to actually go through with a battle. It is with great sadness that I announce the passing of our great king and my beloved father. I was informed this morning that he died peacefully to natural causes. I thank the goddesses for their mercy in this matter. But with this tragedy, I am inspired to look forward, as he did, rather than behind. It is for this reason I plan to usher in a new era of peace and tranquility, and open the borders between mainland and peninsula. The mainland. No, wait. The mainland. We will no longer have to be fearful of the unknown. We can embrace it, and we can learn from it. All hail King Daphnis I! All hail Queen Zanaya I! Wow, okay, yeah. That totally makes sense. if that was Daphnis, then we were playing as the Queen. I'm gonna write that name down, by the way, because it's one that I have not remembered. I remember Daphnis, thankfully. But Zarnaya, no. King Daphnis and Queen Zarnaya. So, let me see if I can put this all together. This was Daphnis becoming the Great Uniter, and uniting Ring and basically the entire countryside. Supposedly. Didn't work out completely well, because there's those outside villages. But he's definitely brought together the people of Ring, and now he is dead, because this other guy came along and wanted to reunite people to fight against the Geiken. Except he's dead now too, because of Fury. Fury, I feel like, is not wanting to unite the people. Ben? Come to see me off? Please, don't do this. Those people have been through enough. I did tell you to trust me, didn't I? But... didn't I? Yes. I'm not going to fight them. What are you talking about? Exactly that. King Daphnis is wrong. We don't need to slaughter the whole of the peninsula to keep peace. I'm going to go there. I'm going to convince them that we are on their side. You... Turns out after I had a hand in murdering a royal figure, I apparently have loyalty issues. They say there's over 1,000 people over there. More like 30. By the end of this, maybe I'll have a cool nickname like you. Kilo Ben? Kilo Ben. You're Kilo Ben. Oh, this game is awesome. And hey, when they're all good and ready for you, we can finally fulfill our life's goal. Together. Save him. It'll be like our lifelong goal. We can join the king's army and make that place better so no one would ever have to get sick again. What do you think? Are we together? Save him! It'll be like our lifelong goal. We can't join the king's army and make that place better. Or we can. We can join the king's army and make that place better so no one would ever have to get sick again. What do you think? Are we together? I don't think I'm having a choice in the matter. Because he was not saved. He was dead. We'll fix it together. I think I got it. 1,000 people. Hard to believe, but How about we roll with it anyway? I think I like the nickname Kilo Ben. As in 1,000. Kilo. When this is all said and done, come find me. I was told that once. I was told that once. Kilo Ben. The simulations have been about Kilo Ben. I feel like it's more about Kilo Ben's friend. This doesn't make any sense. Kilo Ben was a soldier, that is true, but he died centuries ago fighting marauders, not people infected from some disease. In fact, I've never even heard of this disease. There are too many inconsistencies. It's entirely possible that this is all false after all, and it's merely borrowing our experiences to piece together its simulations. If we're talking that long ago, maybe that wasn't our King Daphnis. Or was it? No, because it was Zarnaya. As I suggested before. Ugh. I don't think we should start the final simulation until at least one of us has figured out what it is the temple is trying to show you. Well, I have figured it out, but will I be able to say? It may be the answer to this riddle. So are we heading back into your home then? I just noticed it kept us as the characters shown during the vision. I should have kept that save file for funsies. It just occurred to me that that is not a teleport rug, rather the entrance to a doorway. With the black area, I thought we were like in the middle of a void or something. You are complying. Either the temple is Archon, or the temple is Ratton. Perrin. Another vision? Yes. I see. I figured out the connection the simulations are based around. I need to show you something before we initiate the final one. Come. It won't take long. Standing water. This grove is currently inactive due to my bringing you here. It is here where Drake and I first gave Batari her gifts, even if she was not physically present. It is here where the objects bestowed upon my unwitting candidates were created. Not that it's particularly impressive to look at. I did not sleep for very long last night. While you were battling your inner demons, I was attempting to discern the nature of your simulations. I was right to think there was something familiar about them. Perhaps not the content itself, but their purpose. Without doubting the effectiveness of the tasks, I believe it is necessary for me to provide a different angle. Different angle? A different story. You've seen the village in the northeast part of East Desert. The decrepit arrangement of broken buildings and broken people. You've seen their attire, and you've seen mine. By this point it should be obvious that I was born there. Born here. In this desert. Is this temple in the sandstorm? But we trade things when seeking certain ends. The village was prosperous until we all decided it was necessary to spread out. The rulers of Ring perhaps saw us as pitiful and made us aware of the size of their boot. Due to this setting of example, I was orphaned at an age much younger than was considered healthy. So, I traded that home for the north. I'm sure Drake told you how we met. One arrow left. Ah. Oh, we're having a playable flashback. Okay. Well, this might kind of be an ill-timed episode break. But I have a feeling what is about to happen is going to take more than a few minutes of our time. So we will be right back.